and welcome to a special edition of Sunday Night. Tonight, a worldwide investigation into the evil and destructive ways of a self-proclaimed Messiah, a charismatic Australian whose devoted disciples believe he walked this earth 2,000 years ago.
Little slaves in a bizarre cult that shut itself off from the outside world. The absolute ruler there is an Australian called
Harley Johnston, known as Durianrider.
Harley Johnston is an addict. His nickname, Banana Boy.
Some people might think you're a little nuts.
Some people say I've gone a bit nuts, but I say I've just gone bananas.
Harley's girlfriend, who changed her name to Freelee Fit Raw Vegan, is also a convert. Eating mostly bananas, dates and greens, she lost more than 30 kilos.
She went from overweight to sports model.
he's a sexual predator, jailed for abusing one of his followers, and making a small fortune. So unrepentant, he gave reporter Janet McIntyre a guided tour of his kingdom.
Durianrider house tour. Now this is the most raw house tour on the internet. Look at this. This is the sink. Now a lot of people might freak out about how many ants there is, but I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna wake up, and these ants will be done. They'll take the little sugar scraps or whatever, and they'll be outy. So Freely's probably left some sugar or something on the bottom there, but there's an ant colony basically in the sink. That's Freely, she's about to get fucked.
What?
TV, unplug that. Well, it's unplugged, we don't watch TV here. TCR, depends on the disc, some heels. These are not for going out, these are for the bedroom. Bedroom tour. Bedroom tour. I'll show you these little boots. What else can we see here? Oh, there's some syringes. The bed. Some shoes here. And some stripper eats their raw till 4 died or something. And it was Freely or something like that. Freely. There's another spare room here. So my junk in here. Oh, here we go. Here's the truth now. Here's the truth. Bathroom. Nothing too flash. For Durianrider and Freely, just basic accommodations. Basic accommodations. When half the world lives on less than $2 a day, you don't really need much, do you? You don't really need much. The most legit house tour on YouTube.
We heard a young woman say she'd lay down her life for you. Why would people here in the community lay down their lives for you?
They're jealous of us. They're jealous of our work ethic. They're jealous of what we have created. I'll tell you what, it will never be at Freely's level or my level because they're just like shit cunts. They're always going to be a shit cunt. They always have been, they always will be. Talk to the parents. What do you think of little such and such? Yeah, my son, my daughter, just a shit cunt. Ungrateful shit cunt.
In his earlier life, he had been a quiet, unassuming person, and once he got control and had this total power over 50,000 people, I mean, he just became a monster. It's almost as if the power he had just corrupted him.
Plagued by allegations of mass brainwashing and bizarre sexual practices. This Australian preacher was once jailed for sex crimes against a member of his devoted flock.
Did he sexually abuse you?
I've forgiven him, but he did grossly sexually abuse me.
How old were you?
That's the hard part, genders, because I was like nearly 17. He's the leader of the community, so he controls you. You have two choices. You either, go along or you get out.
Did he sexually abuse you?
It hurts so much.
Harley slept with multiple young women, all of whom are in their early 20s. contacting young girls on the internet, luring them back to his hotel room to ask them for sex, when that is literally exactly what he himself has done. There were multiple young girls involved. He kind of ran his hand over my hair, said something about it being nice, and it was in that moment that I started to feel uncomfortable. I just started to feel sick, my legs were shaking, so I went to the bathroom, but he didn't respect my answer. He kissed me anyway and then started to ask for more. I ended up making excuses. I had a friend in my apartment that I had to get back to. I was on my period. I was uncomfortable with how close it was to the breakup with Freelee, but he didn't listen to my excuses and he continued to ask me for more. But in my opinion, this sort of behaviour, especially as a self-proclaimed leader, is inappropriate, particularly when you're in the company of someone who is younger than you and who looks up to you. And Harley is constantly portraying himself as this white knight in the vegan community who is trying to stick up for young women and alert them to sexual predators. But the irony of this is, in my experience, he has been the most sexually predatory person that I have come across in this community.
And he goes, "Do you want one?" I'm like, I don't know. So what happened next was kind of a blur for me. He like pushed me down onto his couch. He's like, "No, it's alright, bro." And he pulls out these right there on the couch. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? At the time, I wasn't really that shaken up about it because, like, I was really into the cult. Now I have a girlfriend. Her name's Ray Romano. And I just can't. And it's been, like, a lot of tension between us because of that. Yeah, so I really don't know what to do.
I have to put the question about the sexual assault.
You can cut it now, mate, or this will be the last fucking interview we ever fucking do.
You don't deny it?
Seriously. Are we fucking clear, mate? We fucking crystal clear. Like polished crystal fucking clear. Turn off the fucking camera, man.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.